Y'all, I'm sitting over here slicing up pie. Yep, it's called responsibility pie. You have Tiffany Haddish, you have Ariesspears, you have Funny or Die, and you have the mother. Who gets a slice? Or does anyone get a slice? Let's talk. It's your boy Jay. Welcome to Jay's World, so let's talk. You know how we do it, so let's get into it. And welcome to another edition of Jaitopics. Okay, I am back. I took a couple weeks off, summer vacation. Your boy, look, it's after Labor Day, y'all. And I tell you what, see, this is what I always say on this channel. When in my earlier, times when I was doing YouTube, I would get a little frantic, man. There'd be a breaking story and I'd go like, man, ooh, I better get back on camera. You know what? As you guys know, first of all, welcome to all of my new subscribers. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to this channel. But what I always say is, no matter what happens, no matter how much time you take off, there's always something in the news cycle. And I must say, this latest thing with Tiffany Haddish and ariesspears, y'all, it's a trip. So let's just get straight into it. For those of you that don't know, let me just bring you up to speed to what's happening right now. There is a young lady, 22 years old, and her brother, I believe he is now 15 years old. Tiffany Haddish asked this young lady and her little brother to join her to do the way Tiffany Haddish initially put it to this young lady, allegedly, and I have to say allegedly, you guys, because none of this is actually going to court, okay? But allegedly, Tiffany Haddish approached the mother of these two youngsters and said that she wanted to use them for a reel, for I think it's called a sizzle reel for the Nickelodeon network. And if you guys don't know what a reel is, basically it's like almost like an audition, okay? Like even right here on Jay's World TV, over the years I can actually slice all of my like Jaitopics, Cooking with Jay, or snack reviews. I can put those all together like an audition. So it's kind of that type of thing. But anyway, the mom was told by Tiffany Haddish that she wanted to use her children for a reel that could possibly be shopped to Nickelodeon. Okay? She picks the kids up, she brings them to comedian Ariesspears' house, and that's where the story gets really, really weird. Okay? Well, first of all, these kids did not do some type of, I guess, kiddie thing for Nickelodeon. Instead, it was okay. Y'all, I'm sorry, this story has so many moving parts, so just bear with me for a moment. There's a comedy network called Funny or Die. I do remember Funny or Die. As a matter of fact, I haven't seen Funny or Die for quite a few years now. I didn't even know they were still producing stuff, but apparently I know they do have a channel right here on YouTube, and they also have a website. So basically, it's kind of like, comedians, they contribute little comedy skits and stuff and little shorts, and it's kind of funny and it's kind of quick and whatever. So during that time, Ariesspears and Tiffany Haddish, they were both working with Funny or Die. So they decided to do like the name of the skit was called Through a Petty's Eyes. I believe that's what it's called. Yeah, Through a Petty's Eyes. And basically it's about pedophilia. Okay. And by the way, this video may not get monetized because I'm using some words that YouTube, they just don't like or whatever. If it gets monetized, fine. If it doesn't, whatever. I don't care because I'm going to say what I need to say. But anyway, so it was called Through a Petty's Eyes. And the little boy, when the little boy and the then 14-year-old girl, he was 7 years old and the girl was 14 years old. They were used in two separate skits. The little boy was used in a skit with Ariesspears, where he was stripped down to his underwear, and of course Ariesspears, he was stripped down to his underwear, and Ariesspears was in the bathtub with this young man, and soaping him up and lathering him up and everything, and just acting real lewd and sexually suggestive with this baby. It's not even a young man; he was a little boy. He's a baby. He was only 7 years old. And then there was a scene where the little boy was in his underwear, and Ariesspears is rubbing and groping all over him, and lathering him, not lathering, but oiling him down with baby oil and stuff. Quite disgusting. Literally, it is so hard for me to even talk about, just even repeating this film. But that's what happened in the video. The girl, 14 at the time, she was used in a parody mimicking, you guys remember Jared from Subway, and it was sort of one of those types of things, I guess, poking fun at Jared. And Tiffany Haddish allegedly showed this little girl how to perform fellatio on a foot-long Subway sandwich. Yeah. So, according to Jane Doe, okay, these kids, their names are not being released right now. So I have to call them Jane Doe and John Doe. So according to Jane Doe, who is now 22 years old, she said when they got to Ariesspears' house, they were both separated. So she didn't know or even realize what was going on with her brother, because she was dealing with her own type of private hell with being made to do this. Okay? So these two scenes are being filmed simultaneously but separately. So apparently Jane Doe, she was like, you know what, I can't do this anymore, I want to go home, where's my brother, take me home, because the little girl was so upset. And of course, and according to her, allegedly, Tiffany Haddish, she gathered the kids and put them in the car, and according to Jane Doe, Tiffany was going off on her, telling her this is not professional, you'll never make it in this business if you act in this way, and just going off on the little girl and making her feel real bad, and dumped her off back with her mother. And of course her mother then allegedly contacted Tiffany Haddish and was like, hey, what's up? Why are my kids crying? Why are they upset? And then according to what I've read and what I've heard, Tiffany Haddish still did not disclose exactly what happened and what went down with this filming, but the mom only heard the version through her children, and of course, like any parent, she was upset. Okay, so now according to Tiffany Haddish's attorneys, this has been going on, I believe, since 2015. Please feel free to correct me in the comments, and I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. So please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I believe maybe anywhere between 2015 or 2014, something along in that area. So that's when this all happened, okay? Because at this point, like I said, the little John Doe, he was 7 years old. Jane Doe, she was 22 years old, okay? But everyone else, they were full adults. Let's see, Tiffany Haddish is now, I believe, 42 or 43 years old. But then she was like in her 30s, a grown woman. Ariesspears, I'm not quite sure how old he is, but he was definitely a full grown man. So y'all, these are all adults, okay? And y'all, look. If you are a Tiffany Haddish fan, if you are an Ariesspears fan, I can tell you right now, you're not gonna like me, because I can't stand either one of them. Now, we all know that Ariesspears, he was just recently embroiled in this whole thing, going off on my girl Lizzo, calling her, she looked like the poop emoji, and talking about how she was built and how fat she was. Well, first of all, Ariesspears has always been problematic, and he's always had a lot of mouth, okay? He's always been embroiled in some type of something ever since his days back on Mad TV, okay? As a matter of fact, Mad TV to this day is probably the biggest thing that he's ever done in his career, okay? You know, and not to get off the subject, but I just find it so ironic that he's talking about the way Lizzo looks, and he's bigger than Lizzo. And he does not look very healthy himself. But that's a whole nother subject. And then, of course, we have Tiffany Haddish. You know, she ready, hey, she ready. Y'all know. And look, I've talked about Tiffany Haddish quite a few times on this channel. And if you know anything about me, or if you've ever seen any of my postings on my social media, y'all know I cannot stand Tiffany Haddish. I think she's ignorant. I think she's crude. I think she's rude. I think she does that step and fetch it thing. She plays the mammy role. She plays the mammy role for the masses. You know, and I personally don't think that she's funny. And she's unprofessional. Y'all remember a couple years ago? How bad she was at her comedy act? And how she was late and drunk? But, yeah. Okay, so anyway, then you have Funny or Die. Okay, now Funny or Die, they did release an actual statement concerning this, and this is what they had to say. Funny or Die found this video absolutely disgusting and would never produce such content. We were not involved with this conceptualization, development, funding, or production of this video. It was uploaded to the site as user-generated content and was removed in 2018, immediately after becoming aware of its existence. So as you can see, Funny or Die is already removing themselves away from this whole situation. Now, Funny or Die, I'm going to give you a little bit too, because I really do give you guys the side eye. I do believe that you guys did know what was on your website. You did know the content that was produced on your site. And I do believe, Funny or Die, that the only reason why you're saying something now is because the heat is on your ass as well. So Funny or Die, you don't get a pass from me either, okay? You knew that video was out there, you know. Now, again, since, like they stated, that it is no longer on their website. Now, you can still find that video out there. Now, it sort of reminds me, this video, of back in the day, you know, when R. Kelly was when he had first gone to trial. Remember that? And I remember being over someone's house and seeing the R. Kelly tape from way back in the day. And back then, the courts had declared that the R. Kelly video was considered child pornography. Okay? So now, I'm not sure what the courts will decide with this video, but I'm telling y'all right now, I would not download that video on any device of mine. I wouldn't put it on my television. I wouldn't put it on my phone. I wouldn't put it on my computer. I would not download that video, y'all, because the last thing you want to do is have something like that on your device, and then all of a sudden it's declared child pornography. Now you got some kiddie porn on your devices. Just saying. But like I said, y'all, I'm personally disgusted. I really honestly am. And let me talk about Jason Lee. You know, Jason Lee, you are a foul, disgusting piece of shit. Y'all cannot stand Jason Lee. Now, if you guys don't know who Jason Lee is, this fool right here, you know, he's very, God, he's such a clout chaser, you know. He's like, it's just a filthy piece of crap. You know, and he's very good friends with Tiffany Haddish. So he is now claiming that he is going to release the names of Jane Doe and John Doe on behalf of his friend Tiffany Haddish. Now, I don't know if he's actually released those names yet, or if he's going to do it, but if he does, I hope they sue your ass. I literally hope they sue your ass. How dare you, sir? Which brings me to the mother in the situation. Now, I'll be honest, before I decided to make this video, y'all, I was really going to go in on the mom. Because when all of these cases ever happen, whether it's doing with the R. Kelly thing, even with the accusers of Michael Jackson, who I do believe Michael Jackson was innocent, but I'm just saying, when those accusers came forward and all of this stuff, I'm like, why are you driving your kids up to locations and then just leaving them? You've got to be out your rabbit ass mind if you think I'm gonna leave my child up in your damn house and I'm not up in there. Y'all, this whole thing is a mess. Well, Tiffany Haddish has now broken her silence and she has now released a statement. And this is what she has to say. I know people have a bunch of questions. I get it. I'm right there with you. Unfortunately, because there is an ongoing legal case, there's very little I can say right now. But clearly, while this sketch was intended to be comedic, it wasn't funny at all, and I deeply regret having agreed to act in it. I really look forward to being able to share a lot more about this situation as soon as I can. Really, Tiffany? Are you really wanting to share what you had to do with this situation? I find it so ironic, Tiffany Haddish, that you're so bold and so outspoken when it comes to everybody else's business. You had no problems talking about Beyonce and what happened at her party and who was doing whatever. You had no problems making comments about Chris Rock saying how you were on Will Smith's side. Remember that? But now all of a sudden you're very silent. And now you're releasing an official statement. Y'all, this thing is a mess. It's a complete mess. Disgusting. Anyway, look, I don't want this to be a long video. I just wanted to come in here and just vent a little bit and talk about the details of it. And y'all, as this thing progresses, I will definitely be staying on top of this and letting you guys know what's going on. What do you guys think? Who do you believe? Do you blame the mother? Do you blame Tiffany Haddish? Do you blame ariesspears? Do you blame the director? Do you blame the lighting people? Do you blame all of the adults that were in that room? What are your thoughts? I would love to know. All right, guys, that's it. That's all I got. Please don't forget to rate, comment, and do what? Subscribe. Please subscribe to my channel. And after you subscribe, please don't forget to head on over to Instagram and check me out at jaisworld.tv. That's JAISWORLD.tv on Instagram. And I'll holler at you later. Peace.